if everyone is out there trying to build a brand, how does one rise above the cacophony of so much personal branding, so much unbridled self-promotion? What are the things that the three of you have done that have clearly set you on a higher plateau than so many of the other people that are attempting it?
All right, let me give you an example.
Let me let Henry answer that first.
Okay.
So a classic example of this weekend. You may have been online. You certainly would have bumped into it if so. A former broker wrote this piece about Bank of America called, what was it called, Josh?
This is why they hate you and want you to die.
Exactly. It was a rant about the unbelievable tone deafness at Bank of America, that here they go and announce this $5 debit card fee that gets everybody, including the President of the United States, to denounce them as greedy bastards. Then they give Sally Krawcheck, and I forget the name of the other parting executive, an $11 million parting gift. So Josh threw this incredible rant right into the Twitter sphere, and it exploded. And I think you got over 100,000 views on that, or what you said?
Yeah, probably.
So speaking from the heart, attacking an issue, I think that's a classic example of it.
It's a great example. I thought the post sucked, but I think what's important, I think what's important though, is that if you look at social media today, and Josh gets this because Phil, Phil, one of my partners is here. You got to look at social web as Latin America in the 80s. There's massive inflation. So you've got two things to do. You have to just say, I don't want to start because nobody will ever hear me. Very natural response. Anybody over 50 says that. Half of you can leave now. The other response is, I understand there's massive inflation, but I have to start. You can't build a bank account unless you deposit money. Americans are used to not depositing money and getting instant gratification and borrowing money. You can't borrow against social media. Okay, maybe if you're famous in another field, but social media is ground zero, and it's a very democratic thing that you could be good in one thing, consistently contribute, start from day one, and there's game mechanics involved. Twitter's a game. They don't think Twitter's a game, but it's a humongous game. The rules may be fakak, but it's a game. It's very important that you start, and it's very important that you stay true to your voice, and it's very important that you be consistent, and you can rise above it. The other thing that's very important, we got to teach our kids, is domain expertise. In the end, Henry can say he came back, he never went away in a sense, because Henry had domain expertise. I mean, he didn't come back wanting to be in the fashion industry. He came back, he has domain expertise. People want that. You can't just show up and have domain expertise. So it really helps, when we're teaching our kids to stick at something for 10 years. And you got to start today. And social media allows you to start right now, right today, be an expert on what you've been good at, whether it's a CPA or a money manager. And the whole shit about, my identity and all that stuff is crazy. I know a lot of people that write without their real name, and that still frees them up, and they can build an identity around that. So if you're uncomfortable using your real name, it's still not the end of the world.